The future of accelerated growth has nothing to do with how fast AI will evolve, but how fast we can evolve to use AI to supplement our systems and processes. This video is specific around using AI in your go-to-market motions, and there's four ways to get started. The first, and how most of us have gotten started in the last 2.5 years since OpenAI launched ChatGPT for everyone, is ultimately around assistive. It's helped me do my job better. So right now, for example, I'm using Perplexity as my default search engine where I would have used Google in the past. But there's some really cool examples like using tools like Pocus on how to do account research and be more effective of getting lots of different signals in one place for salespeople to research and prospect a little bit more efficiency. The next is agentic. And this is where we have launched Jack on our website as somewhat of a replacement for an inbound SDR. It has been certified and spiced, and we had to treat it like hiring a human. You hire it, you have the jobs to be done, you coach it, and you manage. And ultimately, the mindset shift is you can't just buy the solution and plug and play and it will replace a human doing the job, but you got to treat it like a very particular role. For example, in a sales org, you'd have a CRO doing a different job than a sales leader or a seller. But ultimately, each of those would be different agents, not one agent doing all of those jobs. And that leads us into the third dimension of four, which would be how to orchestrate different agents across a system. Think about it kind of like in our bowtie model. If you would have different agents, one that would be focused or a couple on different marketing activities, another on inbound versus outbound AI or SDR activities. Then sellers, you'd have a different one for mid-market or SMB or enterprise. And then on the right side of bowtie, there's some really fascinating use cases on how to use it for onboarding versus making sure your customers stay healthy and have a good usage of your product, and then uncover expansion opportunities. Ultimately, that approach all requires a agent to make sure that the system is acting well. So you'd have different agents in each part of the customer journey, but also one agent taking into account the whole system. The fourth tier that we haven't seen yet, but is technically possible, would be around autonomous. So how can you have a system completely make decisions on their own without any human intervention? Now, this is where the market is going. Technically, it's feasible to accomplish all of these. Right now, most of the use cases are in just these top two. We have a blueprint to dive deeper, and I hope that this helps you rethink how to apply AI to your GTM.